Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Way and to another edition of AEW Rampage Out of 10. The show featured 4 matches, including a title bout. So yeah, lots going on in the show. Without further ado, we're going to head straight into the show, I think. We kick things off with a big match involving the world champion John Moxley, and he took on Maynard. Parker tried to run a distraction early, but Moxley chased him out, and Maynard then attacked Moxley from behind. However, the purveyor of violence fought back. The action spilled onto the outside, where Moxley dropping Maynard and back in the ring. Moxley hit Maynard on the top turnbuckle and he started biting his opponent's forehead. Maynard tried to slam Moxley, but the latter rolled out of the ring. Parker then took advantage of a distracted ref and took a cheap shot at the BCC member. Mox came back with a huge cutter and then goaded Maynard into hitting some punches before dropping him with a King Kong lariat. After a back and forth between the two men, Mox got a 2 count with a running knee strike. He then stomped Maynard before Parker was taken out by the world champion with a cutter. Maynard got the advantage towards the end, and Mox turned things around and applied the rear naked choke to pick up the submission victory. Post-match, Stokely Hathaway and Lee Moriarty came out to confront the purveyor of violence. Hathaway then challenged Moxley on Moriarty's behalf, and the world champion accepted it without any hesitation. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me, I think. Just decent match to kick off the show. Great to have a big name on the show. Maynard got some decent offense, and I think he's more put over, but in the end, a relatively simple win for Moxley and setting up some future stuff afterwards. It was then time for Keith Lee versus the Pentecost. The Pentecost rushed towards him and he didn't do anything to the former superstar of WWE. Lee then picked up the Pentecost and hit Big Bang Catastrophe to pick up the easy win. Post-match, Ronnie entered the ring to interview Keith Lee. He asked Lee about his team victory on Dynamite before the Acclaim came out to confront them at this one. They said that Billy Gunn was missing and doubted that Swerve Strickland had anything to do with it. Strickland appeared on the Titantron and held Dunn in a dark room. The former told the legend that he wouldn't be present during the Tag Team Championship match and they took out the Pillars. He then attacked Billy Gunn and the Acclaim rushed into the ring in concern, and Keith Lee looked shocked with his tag partner's actions. So kind of just turning into this dynamic. Strickland the heel leaves the face. It's really interesting dynamic. I'm kind of intrigued to see the feud again. It's a cost match for what it was. Kind of intrigued to see where that will go. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It was then time for Tame, Mellow versus Madison, Rayne. Both stars squared off in the middle of the ring. Madison rolled up Tame for a 2 count before the latter got pinned for a 10th of her own. Rayne then took down Mellow and got another 2 count for a trouble before Rayne was on the top turnbuckle and Tame Mellow reached the top and dropped a nasty looking backbreaker on the race. Towards the end, Rayne recovered and hit a sliding lariat on Mellow, but the latter came back and unloaded on the former Impact star with a flurry of offense. She then hit a huge knee strike and followed it up with a TKO to get the pinfall win. Overall gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Decent enough match. Tame Mellow picking up the win where she needs it. Nice, did it show, I suppose. And then time for Wardlow versus Matt Taven for the TNT belt. Both men had a brief confrontation inside the square circle before Wardlow shoved Taven. The latter retaliated with a dropkick, and Mr Mayhem came back and sent his challenger out the ring. Wardlow was dominating Taven at ringside and sending him face first into the ring post and then dropping him on the guardrail. A distraction from Mike and Maria allowed Taven to get the advantage by hitting a drive on the TNT champ. Inside the ring, Taven hit a knee strike for a 2 count before Wardlow came back with an F10 and then looked to hit a powerbomb. Maria then caused a distraction on the apron, but Mr Mayhem ended up hitting a powerbomb anyway. Towards the end, Mike tried to run an interference, but backed off as Wardlow pinned Taven after hitting the 4th powerbomb simply during the bout. Post-match, the Kingdom launched a beatdown on Wardlow, but Joe came out to make the save. Powerhouse then came down to the ramp, and this allowed the Embassy to attack Joe and Wardlow from behind. The Embassy and Hobbs celebrated in the ring to close out the show as this week's edition ended. That's 7 out of 10 for me. Decent stuff. A really good match as well, and then the interesting stuff post-match. Not fully convinced by it, but I'm willing to buy into it for what it is. So 7 out of 10. Overall, Rampage this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a pretty solid episode of Rampage this week. Some really good matches to finish and close the show. Kind of in the middle, you could say it felt a bit inconsequential, to be honest. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 overall. There's some bits on the show that are really good. Some bits as well that I wasn't convinced by, but middling show really. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, put thoughts, comments down below, and follow this show for daily F1 news and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.